Well, we finally got to the. She else is gone. We got the Exodus portion for the daily bread thing, and I was like, oh, well, this is most certainly what's in the Lord's Prayer. Daily bread, give us this day our daily bread. Because people, for a long time, I had thought it was just because someone had mentioned how people will go out and buy their daily bread, and it's like, oh, well, that must be what it means. What you need for today. What you need for today. It's like, no, no. Until I read that portion on my own, and then we got through it again in the Torah portion. Because I don't know how much you know about that directly. I'm just going to, for the camera, speak about it.
Say it.
Because the manna would fall down from heaven, and it was commanded that you gather enough for what you need, whatever a man needs. It even mentioned very specifically that, I'm going to say it wrong, obviously, but like whoever, anyone who gathered much did not have too much. Anyone who gathered little was not lacking.
Right.
Because they gathered as much as they would have needed. But they were also commanded not to leave any of it over, to eat all of it, not leave any of it over for the next day. And if you do, it will rot. And then it like had worms and it stank, so forth. But on the Sabbath day, on the rest, they were supposed to grab, before, on the 6th day instead of the 7th, they were supposed to grab a double portion for it, and then make it, and keep it over for the 2nd day, for Shabbat. And they had talked about it in the portions, like, it was all about obedience and faith that God will be able to provide. Yeah. Because they had, for the first week, all those 6 days, the people who didn't listen and tried to keep some over to have extra, so they don't have to do work tomorrow, or they'll just have extra, got to see firsthand, it's like, well, it rots every single time. But now we're being told to do it exactly like we were told not to do, to keep some over for the next day, and then it doesn't rot. It's like everything I will, everything you need, I will give you, as it were. So I love that. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain, it's exactly what it's talking about with give us this day, our daily bread.
Drawing back to the manna, because Jesus even talked about, like, he was in a discussion or back and forth. I believe he
mentioned manna directly.
Yeah. I think he was talking to Pharisees. I'm sure that we can put a scripture reference up, because I don't know exactly where that's at. But he's talking.
Came across it recently.
Yeah, saying, our Father didn't manna from heaven, and Jesus is basically trying to teach them, like, y'all, that's me.
Right.
Like it, not quite literally, but like a spiritual, analogy of that. Because, like, what was the manna for them in the wilderness? Like,
it's their life.
They
sustained their life.
It sustained life. It brought and sustained life in, like, and I'm not trying to over allegorize the text here, but in the barren wasteland of the wilderness, the barren wasteland of the fallen sin nature and world that we find ourselves within, that Jesus is the manna come down from heaven that brings and sustains life, that we trust and have faith in,
right,
and adhere and obey,
right,
and because obedience is tied, like, it's there's a mystery in that, because it's not the obedience alone,
not at all,
but it does, like,
it's a check.
Yeah, I don't. There's mysteries in it, and but it is like we're still supposed to, because obedience means, it doesn't just mean I believe that.
Right.
It means now I'm going to act in accordance. I'm going to do something